Welcome back, Storm here with the first episode of my series on Xcom Impossible. After a little thinking, I decided to pick second wave options, new economy, not created equally, hidden potential and absolutely critical, all of which I'll explain later. Not created equally and hidden potential I feel give more personality to my soldiers, and absolutely critical and new economy make the tactical and strategic elements of the game more interesting. By base, I picked Asia because 50% off all foundry and officer trading, no competition, seriously. My first operation goes by the name of Twisted Smoke, and
area of engagement for this mission will be in India. Strike 1, this is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
Wasn't planning on it. Accompanying us on our first Mission Impossible are contestants Rahman, Jacobs, Okura and Robert. Here is where Not Created Equally comes into play. Normally all of the rookies have identical stats. With this enabled, I can determine that Okura and Rahman are the better soldiers, with much improved aim compared to the ladies in the squad. You being sexist, Xcom? However, what it doesn't tell me is apparently everyone on the squad is as blind as a bat. Look at those two squares carefully. It takes until halfway through my second turn for anyone to glance over there. In fact, the first time the squad gets a line of sight there is out of the back of Jacob's head. And what the eyes on the back of her head reveal is our first alien encounter.
Alien life on Earth. We're witnessing something never before seen
But
in
it's
recorded
only
history.
once my squad starts yelling at me that I realise just how bad this is. I've got one soldier out in the open, and 3 soldiers in flank positions, which is especially bad because of one of the settings I chose. Absolutely critical means that any flank shot is a guaranteed crit if it hits. It's looking to be a very short series. After a brief period of stunned silence, I look to see what cover is left. At this distance, I don't like the chances the cover provides, so I know that if the sectoid gets to shoot, I'll lose a man or woman. Don't want to look sexist now, do I, XCOM? But a heavy mishap reminds me that I have grenades on all my soldiers, so Rahman pops on to destroy the first alien's cover.
Eat this!
And Okura moves in to finish a bro combo. Then it's the ladies' turn to prove XCOM that they're not so weak.
We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
You go sweep them up then.
Negative damage. Commander, you may want to instruct your men to exercise restraint when using explosives. While certainly effective at killing aliens, they also destroy the artifacts we're hoping to recover from the bodies. Just something to consider.
Shut up and get back to the kitchen. I mean the labs. Yeah, totally. So, as soon as the girl team finished off the last alien, we roll up on Overwatch, and not a moment too soon, as a triplet of angry Martians charge through the spacious office right into our waiting Overwatch. And although our Overwatch only kills one sectoid, I'm still happy with my squad. However, this time my squad is in a slightly worse position, despite the slightly more generous amount of cover due to the 2 less grenades, which are the only certain way of dealing with aliens. In my scurry for cover, Roberts and Okura forgo the flankable spot behind the alien thing in favour of distance offered by the half-cover benches. Then, with Rahman and Jacobs, I go on the offensive, seeking out 2 hard-cover spots, one of which offers a nice flank shot through the door. Curiously, however, Jacob's flank shot has the same chance to hit as Rahman's shot against the enemy in full cover. Jacobs lands the shot and crits thanks to a flank, cutting this poor office worker's ride through a Spacious Offices And Co very short. Rahman, not a man to be outdone, then copies Jacob's feat right down to the cheesy tagline. I move up my squad, and then the next turn, Roberts informs me that there are some aliens over to the left of my screen. I'm not sure why, but I decide that means, instead of reloading one guy at a time and putting the rest on Overwatch, I reload them all at the same turn. Dumb of me, I know. And just by luck, that very turn, the next shift of late-night office workers turn up from the opposite direction to where Roberts told me they were. Now, having completely missed a golden opportunity for an overwatch, which probably would have destroyed 2 sectoids completely, I watched to see where they scurry off to. And deja vu. My entire squad is flanked, and all the sectoids are in full cover, and to make matters worse, I don't have enough explosives to kill them all with. However, I can continue my mission to bring down Spacious Offices and Co. by destroying their servers.
Throwing grenade!
Well, an anti-sectoid's cover. As I move Roman back to where he was standing not long ago, I discover that he has got a 75% shot on one of the sectoids. He lands it, and Okora finishes off the other IT worker, leaving just one burly, full-health security guard between me and a ton of heroes from my company, extra cramped office management. But only Jacobs has any movement left, and I can't rely upon her to one-shot a strong butch guard. So I put her in full cover and honk her down for the turn. Okora takes the brunt of this disgruntled guard's ill will, but thankfully he misses. Okora sure doesn't appreciate the gesture, and in response, riddles his body with bullets. However, Jacob finishes him off.
Good work out there.
Leaving the Indian branch of Spacious Offices and Co. to burn in a pyre of twisted smoke.
Standing by for your orders. We can begin researching.
Having prevented our rival company from keeping any valuable workers, I have some promotions of my own to give out. In fact, Roberts the Liar is the only one to earn one. Also, I'd like to point out, no damage? Yeah? Anyway, moving on. A heavy with a good aim is a rare thing, and I have high hopes for Squaddy Okora. Damn name, I can't say it right. Good aim is a fine thing for a sniper to have too, and I'm sure Roman will be useful. Jacobs is the only one I worry about, because I tend to use my supports and my assaults very close together, so I'm not convinced she'll be much good with such poor aim. After that, we go to say hi to a bunch of people who will be irritating me the whole way through the game. I also buy a medikit and start researching weapon fragments. This is the first episode of my Xcom Impossible series, and I would really appreciate a like. This has been Storm, out.
Thank you.